let's take a look at a few ways that we can incorporate ThingLink into our classrooms. So as you can see, I have a number of ThingLinks here in my profile. So let's take a look at a couple of them. So this is one that I had done for the school, and you can see it's the floor plan of the school. When I mouse over it, there are a number of these tags, and what I did is I've been interviewing teachers throughout the year and getting them to introduce themselves and the courses that they teach. So like here's Mary's video introducing herself and her courses, and again it will play right within the video.
Hello, I'm Mary McDaniel and I teach.
So that's one of them. Let's just pull up. So I've got a number of these for a number of different people. So again, here's the nurse, and I've got the office people in here. Here's one from the guidance.
Hi, we're the guidance counselors for Big River High School. My name is Bonnie Ott.
And I'm Danny Horner.
And we're here to help your students with anything that they need help with. It can be academic, it can be social. Anytime they're not sure what to do about something, they would come and see one of us.
We're also here to help you with college and career planning and scheduling every year. We're excited that you're here. Welcome to Big River.
So as you can see, I can give a layout for the school and introduce people through ThingLink. Another one that I have my business English students do at the very beginning of every year is introduce themselves, because while they may know each other on one level, they don't necessarily know a lot about each other, and I don't know much about any of them. So it's a way for us to get to know each other and to begin to build a sense of community. So I always take this picture of the high school, and the kids put together a one-slide presentation on themselves, and then they put their presentation on the graphic. So when we look at it, I can mouse over. So here's Jacob Stone's and here's Matt Miller's. And when I click on Matt Miller's graphic, it will take me to his graphic, which he has done in ThingLink, and it will tell me about himself. So his favorite color is red. Here's his name, when he was born, his favorite sports. They have to put in a video, and they have to put in a link to a website. So this is his link to the website of where he works. And I don't know where his video is. Apparently he didn't do a video. So if I go back again, let's find, I'm sure Noah's got one. So here's a video that again will play right within
what may be the most violent
his video. So I get to know about him, who his favorite book is, when he gives me a trailer. So I get to know a lot about the kids. So this is kind of an interesting way to use ThingLink. Another way that I use ThingLink with the business English class is towards November, we start working on what I call the Business Leader Biography Project. And I present it like this is right here in a one-screen graphic in ThingLink. And so you can see I've got 3 calendars down the right side, and then I've got some other things down the left side. So it's the Business Leader Biography, here's the Purdue Writing Lab, and the Business Leader Biography Part 2. When I go on top of it, you can see that I've got markers for days of the calendar. So I've got some dates. Here's a production day telling them what they're going to be doing each day during class. They have a test. All the hearts are due dates. So this is when their rough draft is due. This is when their peer edits are due. Their video is due. And this is when the paper and video are due. So that they can see in one space all the dates through February. For part 1, if they come over here and click on this will actually show them what the requirements are for the project. Now these because a lot of the kids don't know who these people are. Like they don't know that this is Sir Richard Branson and that the founder of McDonald's, Ray Kroc, is this guy. But down at the bottom are my essential questions, which because it's a Google document, it will pop up right here and we can read it. I've got a video introduction on the project. I give them an overview of the project, and some of their submission requirements are all here. Project itself has an overview here that they can read without having to open up another window, or if they just click on the magnifying glass, it will actually take them to the online Google document. So they go here to tell me who their business leader is going to be that they're going to be doing their report on. I give them their rubrics. again, right here. So that's one rubric, and this is the video rubric. Bausman put together some good research information, resource card information. So that's another Google document linked here. As far as their note cards, they fill out note cards for me, but they're all online. So I give them their requirements. And here are the note cards that they're going to fill out. And then there's an extra credit thing. So if I click on the back button, if they click here, it will take them to the writing lab at Purdue OWL. This one gives them MLA formatting and style guides. And then this one takes them to the second part, which again has calendar for all the due dates, and the stuff on the left-hand side is the exact same. So this is a complete project located within one graphic. I put it into Google Classroom one time and I pin it so that it stays at the top during the duration of the project. And it makes it really nice to have a one-stop shop for all the information that they need for this project. Once I started doing this, I started getting less questions from the students. In the project, we talk about how they're just a piece of the puzzle, and so here's a puzzle piece. And what I do then is, after they've all handed in their project, each student has to design a puzzle piece that corresponds with each one of these puzzles that you see here. And then when they hand everything in, I put them into this puzzle. So this start here. Here's the project overview for viewers online. Here's the project. Some more information. And so each one of these is like, this is from 2 years ago. Ira did Henry Ford. Amanda Burns did Wally Famous Amos chocolate chip cookies. There's another one, JP Morgan. We had Annie Byler from Aunt Annie's Pretzels. So you can see that there are a number of them on here. There's Oprah. Some of them didn't design their puzzle pieces quite the way I would have liked. So let's check out Alex Pirich's ThingLink. And so on their puzzle piece, again, they have to put in some information. So for me, grading wise, here's the paper, here's their Facebook page, here's a Twitter feed, here's a timeline for JP Morgan, his trading card, and a video about JP Morgan. And again, if I click on this, this is just a Google drawing that has information on JP Morgan's life. So that's another way that I use ThingLink. Another way that Business English uses this is we do a little bit of geography before we actually start getting into writing letters, because if in your business letter you are in Pennsylvania, you say, well, I'm going to be up in Florida next month, you come off sounding like a goober. So we study geography for about a week, week and a half, and this ThingLink graphic is for tips to help the kids remember some of the abbreviations for the state. So again, these are directions. If they come up with a way to remember some of the states' names and abbreviations, they're supposed to add on to it. So that Washington looks kind of like a whale. Here's the whale's tail. So I've just got on here some tips for the kids that they can utilize in remembering. Vermont looks like a V. New Hampshire looks like a distorted small n. The Hook in Massachusetts. So this is just another way to help the kids. Now, this is me providing it to the kids, and the kids are helping to put on some tips. But there's also some ThingLinks where I have the kids make them, like with the biography report and the puzzle piece. When we are done with vocabulary quizzes in the beginning of the year, in the confirmation message after the kids hit submit, I will have a link that takes them to this ThingLink so that they can review some grammar information. So you'll see right under where my arrow is right now, the red tags are for definitions, black tags are for extra explanations, and the green are for videos for all of these different parts of English. So I've got subject predicate, conjunctions. So there's a video here somewhere. There's the conjunction junction, verbs, adjectives. I love that. I'm back to my adjectives. So they have to review one or two of these, and then they have to tell me what ones they did. So you could do this in science to learn about the next subject, or as a review, you could do this with vocabulary, new units of information for math, for history, and just about any subject this can be done with. So they're not just sitting there idly twiddling their thumbs or watching videos after taking a test or a quiz. They're actually doing something having to do with your curriculum. Also in Business English, we do vocabulary and spelling tests throughout the year, usually from August until about April. And so this graphic contains all the vocabulary that they need to know throughout the year. So there are 3 vocab review tests that they take. So if I look at vocabulary review test number 1, there are 3 tags. In each one, it gives them the spelling words and the spelling and definitions that they need to know. There are 12 terms and definitions in total because they have to put this into Quizlet. And then I give them the definitions that I want them to make sure that they know from a business standpoint. It's all color-coded so they don't have to think a whole lot. But again, all the terms and all the definitions are right here for them. I usually post this out in Google Classroom on the About tag because it's something that we use for the entire year. At the very beginning of Business English, I provide them with this graphic, and it's got my syllabus and other class information. So when I mouse over it, this is supposed to be a start here. This is a video that will play. And then there's information on the class. There's a course overview, class philosophy, discussion boards, electronic devices. So I've got just about everything that I want to talk to the kids about right here. So we go through that. So you can introduce your course material, your syllabus itself, or an upcoming unit on a ThingLink. This is a remix of somebody else's room 206. So obviously this is not my classroom, but what this teacher did was they put together this graphic. The students knew where to go within the classroom. This teacher has some information on here as far as where to find things. And then I added
aisle when you get to the back.
So when you mouse over this, it automatically will play. And then this is just like a little thing here to do for one of my classes. So that's kind of fun. Another project that I've done, one-stop shop right here for the marketing students. Again, I give them information on what they need. And the project information that they need is down below. So requirements for their 15-second broadcast ad, 30-second broadcast ad, and their print ad, social media ad. As far as their business plan, what the layout is going to be, this is just a template for them to fill in. The list of all the required forms that they need to give me. So I need the crop, the SWOT analysis, the prototype, mock-up, and so forth. So it's all here, one-stop shop. This was one that I did for the computer presentation software class. So this is actually their final exam. And it's set up to look like a game board. You're going to start at one end and stop at the other end. And I literally walk them through things that they need to know or be aware of to complete the final project. So this is a slideshow that the kids can actually slide right through. And what else do I have them look at? And then they go through a couple of videos to understand some of this stuff. This is 21st century skills, 21st century learners, deep learning. So here's their assignment. So there's a quiz in here, read the final exam assignment, and then build your final presentation. Here's the project, again listed right here for them. Here's a supporting video. Here's a rubric for their final exam, what I'm looking for. Then they just turn in their project. So again, this is just my final exam for my CPS class. Also in the CPS class, I assigned the students to tell me about a hobby of theirs. This was for them to learn ThingLink and to learn how to put together a ThingLink. So this is James's submission telling me about his hobby, which is paintball. So he's got information that I have asked for. So there's a sound clip and a video, some websites, and some graphics about paintball. Now, some people have been using 360 video in ThingLink, which is kind of neat. This is one on Santa Fe, New Mexico. This is a Breakout EDU game on Escape the Classroom. Another Breakout EDU, which is the Hall of Mirrors. So you can see that they've got music going on. I'm just going to turn that off, but they've got French music going on. Here is about the core standards that this meets. Just a still picture of that. Some author information. This is a podcast, so this is a document that, again, they can read about the Treaty of Paris, 1783, the narrative that goes along with this. These are guided questions. Again, a little bit more information on the Treaty of Paris, so you would click here to go to the link to read more about that. And because this is a 360 video, you can turn around and and look at the entire room in the Hall of Mirrors. Here is for Breakout EDU. Here's the planning document. This is an actual Google form, so they need to solve these locks and put the answers in here and submit it. Anything that has a URL to it, you can put into ThingLink.
The end.
So this is a
The United
video,
States and Great Britain sent delegates to Paris.
and this looks like it's going to be a document. So you can click on the link here to go see that. And then back to the beginning. So this is just another way that you could use ThingLink to provide your students with information about your curriculum. This is a history one. Again, it's a Breakout EDU game, but it's done with ThingLink, and this is about the War of 1812. So that you can see that they've taken a room that's still pretty true to history, and they've got some information here that also contains clues for the Breakout EDU game, but this is done in ThingLink. And the last one I just want to show you is on the
tap record. It's now recorded, right? So
this is on Pearl Harbor project. So we're in Hawaii. What a great place to end. And so there's some pictures here. And it's got some pictures and some information about Hawaii, or about Pearl Harbor. So again, if you find a 360 photo, or if you have 360 photo of your own that you can take with your smartphone, if you don't know how to do it, let me know. Or you can go out and find them. There's a plethora of them out there. I also have a 360 camera if anybody wants to go somewhere and either take pictures or do a video. I can help you with that. But by adding these tags in ThingLink, you can take your students on a virtual field trip somewhere without actually having to pay to hire the bus and take a day off and get permission slips and all of that. So that's just another way to incorporate ThingLink into your classrooms. And like I said, you can have the kids take you on a field trip to a place that falls in line with your curriculum, or have them take a 360 picture on their own smartphones and, I don't know, explain angles that they find around campus. Or if in the ecology class, if you go out and do some sampling in the streams, have the kids use ThingLink to tag some of the different things that they find. So that's just a couple of quick ideas for how you can utilize ThingLink in your classroom.